let's learn how to do the Elmsley count. Real simple to do. Well, real simple concept anyway. I'm just going to have some spot cards here. Okay, 4 spot cards. Turn the third one from the top face up, like that. And when I do an Elmsley count in a normal setting in real time, Elmsley count will look like this. Count off 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. Okay? So that's what the Elmsley count looks like. Here is how it's done. You're just going to do a normal thing, you know, push with your thumb, pull off the first card, count 1. Now as you come underneath here, your first hand comes underneath as you pull off the next. Now, 2 things are happening here. One, you're doing a block pushover with the next card here. I'm going to set that down and show you the block pushover. You're pushing down and over with your thumb for a block pushover. So your thumb is on top here, just in this position like I am, pushing down with my thumb and over with my thumb. What that does is actually pushes all the cards that are above that bottom card over as one card. Okay, so just push like that and it pushes, in this case, 2 cards over as one, hiding that face up card. Okay, so push them over. Now as you go to pull this off, you're actually going to steal this card underneath. So what that looks like is, as I'm putting this here, I'm putting this on and I'm stealing this card with my fingertips here. So you can see the fingertips of my left hand are taking that card as I'm pulling the top 2 off and counting 2. So here's what you get so far. So you pull off the first card, then you're going to do the block push over the second card, and it's counted, so that is 2. As you're stealing the first card underneath, and you pull those off, count 2, and then 3 and 4. Now, one little subtlety thing I want to talk to you about here. When you do this, as you come underneath and you pull this one away, by the time this block here gets away from this, you want to either have these two, the 2 cards that are left in your hand, you want to either have them perfectly like lined up, pretty much like I have here, or you want to have them about here, where the one card is actually out a little bit further than the other card. Okay, so what it does at the bottom card, it'll create the illusion that the bottom card was underneath there the whole time, and just like you're pushing off the next card to count it out. Okay, so here, and notice how I get, when I get to here, I'm in this position. So it looks like I'm just pushing off the next card, count 3 and 4. Okay. One more thing is you want to keep this in at one pace. You want to keep a steady pace going. So when you do it in real time, it should just look like that. So there's no pausing here. You don't want to start cutting it, you know, or start counting the cards and then have a pause within that. So where you're going here and then you come here and do that and then continue on. So you want to have, just keep this going, okay? So there's no pausing in that. And that's what the Elmsley count looks like. Now we're going to get into the actual setup and explanation of the real assembly. You're going to need 4 aces, and what I like to do is actually have the aces in this order. You want to have the ace of spades first. That's key to this effect working. So the ace of spades is on top, and then I usually put the 2 red ones in the middle, and then put the clubs at the bottom. And you'll see why later on, but that's for the visual discrepancy. It's a smaller discrepancy than it would be if the card was red at the bottom. And you'll see what I mean when we get to that. Then you're going to have 8 spot cards in the rest of your row of flush. King, Queen, Jack, and 10. And in this order, so there's King, Queen, Jack, 10 from the bottom up. Okay? You're going to have your 8 spot cards, and you're going to have your 4 row of flush cards on top of them, and then you're just going to have your aces sitting out like this. Now to start this, you're going to need to get a break underneath the Queen of Spades, okay? Or above the King of Spades, however you want to think of it. To do that, there's a couple ways. One way, the most popular way, is to fan them out and say, okay, so I just have a bunch of random cards here, and and then as you score them out, just say something. The reason I have a bunch of random cards is because I want to make this easier on you. I don't want to use the whole deck of cards. It'll be easier to catch what I'm doing, something like that. So you can do the fan. So you just fan the cards out, and then as you square them back up, just lift up where the queen's at here, and as you come in, you can put your pinky under and catch a pinky break. So there's that pinky break held. Real simple. You can do it that way, or you can just do a thumb count and thumb count up 3 cards and pinky break it that way. And that's the way I usually do it, because I'll misdirect by showing the aces. I'll come out and I'll say, okay, so we're going to try something with the 4 aces. And as I'm talking about that, I'm actually getting my break held here. You can do that. You can even push off 3 cards and then pull back and catch a break under it like that. There's that break again. There's many different methods. Use the method that you think would be best for this, but I like to use the thumb count because I can misdirect by pointing at the aces. So I'll just say, alright, what we're going to do, we're going to try something with the 4 aces here, okay? And as I square them up, now there's where that visual discrepancy comes in. You see the club is on bottom. If you don't mention the suits, usually no one will catch this. 4 aces go on there, and then I'll do is I say, we're going to try something with the 4 aces. As I set them there, and I just kind of rub like I'm clearing off a spot. I'm rubbing the dust or something off of my close-up pad, okay? Then I take 4 cards, which is actually 7 cards. I have those. I'm grabbing it at the break, so I'm adding them 3 cards, the queen, jack, and 10 spades on the bottom of the aces. Now, you don't want to just lift them up because they'll see the king there. That's another visual discrepancy. If they saw the 10 of spades there, now they're going to see the king of spades. That could confuse people and make people say, oh wait, he changed some cards, or he took some extra cards because there were just, there's just a 10 there, now there's a king. He did something with the cards. So when I do it, I just risk kill the deck, and I don't lift up the aces, I just risk kill the rest of the deck. Then I'm going to take my hand around the deck so that now the deck's in my hand here in mechanics grip, and then I just turn this packet over face down on top. Now in real time, that's going to be done a lot faster than what I just did there. 4, 5, 6, 7, okay. In real time, it's going to look like this, okay? Say, okay, what we're going to do, we're going to try something with the 4 aces here, okay? And that's actually at the speed what it would look like. Then you're just going to lay out these cards. Try not to flash the first 3 as you lay them out, because you don't want them to see that this is the queen, jack, and 10 of spades. Because they think these are the aces, okay? So when you lay them out, you want to lay them down, make sure not to flash them. So we'll lay the first 3 here, and we'll lay the last one here, face up, so you can see what's going to happen. And the reason I do that is just, again, it's just like I said, it makes a little visual in that it sort of makes this packet stand out, because that's where all the aces are going to come to, okay? Then you say I'm going to take 3 cards and put them on top of each ace. What you're doing here is actually the first 3 cards are the aces, and you're just going to set them on top of the spade. And I like to set them so that they're kind of, spread out a little bit, so that they can see there really are 3 cards on top of each ace. And I'll take out the next 3 and put them on top of that 1, 3 there, and the last 3 there, and do that. Then I go into making it seem as if I caused the aces to leave these piles and come here. So this is what I do. It's the same for every pile, but you want to make this look the same as it's going to look when you're doing the Elmsley count in the second half of the effect. So for this part, you're just going to take and you're going to deal out the 4 cards, count them, and as you do them out, say, I want you to see here, there really are only 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. And all I have to do is just go like this, and I can remove the ace from this packet and make it go to this packet. And you'll see that it happens. See, the ace is gone. And you can set that down. You have to go through the cards again, because that's going to put your jack, your queen, and your king at the right position for the second half of the effect. So there's the jack, and then I just lay that right on top of my first packet over here. Take up the 3rd packet, square it up, show 1, 2, 3, 4. Do whatever magical gesture you decided to do, and then go through them again, show 1, 2, 3, and 4. Put that down, take out this packet, and then show that they've all moved over to your last packet with the ace. Now, notice what I did there.